You won't believe this. 95% of all people who test drive a car have no idea what they're actually looking for. If you guys don't know, my name's Tommy. I've been in the car industry as long as I've been walking, and now I'm here to help people buy cars. I want to talk about test drives today because test drives are something that seems simple. You get in the car, you put the mirrors the way you want, you buckle your seatbelt, you drive the car. Do you like it or not? There is so much more that goes into a test drive, and there's a reason why over 60% of people have buyer's remorse, because they drive the cars in such a robotic way that doesn't actually going to reflect if you're going to enjoy the car a lot or not. Let me explain how I tell all of my guests to test drive a car and how I've never had a guest come back due to buyer's remorse, while 60% of the market still does. Let's first start off by talking about performance. Now, before you scroll away, don't scroll. I know a lot of people, when they hear performance, they think horsepower, they think torque, they think the engine, and I don't care about any of that. And don't get me wrong, plenty of my clients don't, but I require us to talk about this because it's such an important thing, because performance has nothing to do with all those things. Performance is how the car performs on while you're driving it. I know that might sound simple, but let me explain. We've all been in a situation that you're on the interstate, it's 70 miles per hour, and somebody in front of you, that asshole is going 60 miles per hour, and you're like, I need to pass this person, but there's somebody coming right along. So you have to accelerate quickly to pass that person. I want you to do this drill on a test drive. I want you to get behind somebody, and I want you to accelerate to pass. How does it feel? Now, I also want you to try to find a windy road. Your salesperson is going to want to take you normally on a dedicated route, and a lot of times you might not even know the area, but try to find a windy road. You can normally even ask the salesperson, I want to find a windy road, and feel how the car goes on turns. Now, this is one of the hardest things when it comes to performance, is you actually want to drive the car to its limits the best you can. Again, don't crash the car, don't do anything absurd, but you really do want to feel the turns on how you would personally be driving the car. Think of the car you're driving right now, you want to drive it like that. This leads me into my next point: drive the car like it's yours. It blows my mind, especially because I was actually just shopping with a car for my girlfriend. She's a very aggressive driver. She likes to go fast. But as we were test driving cars, she was so nervous as she's driving a car that's not hers. She was driving very slow, very timid, and every car seemed about the same. So I told her, hey, I want you to treat this car like it's your Honda. Drive it like your Honda, treat it like your Honda, start taking turns as aggressive as you would in your car. And that made the world of a difference. It started making us eliminate options because she could feel that under the car, under duress, she didn't like this one, she liked this one, and this car handled exactly how you want. So make sure you drive the car how you're going to drive it, not just to respect the salesperson. You are on a test drive, you need to experience the car how you want to drive the car. This next one here is small, but it makes a major impact. I want you to grab the things that you would normally pull out of your pocket or have when you're driving. So for me, I have my sling, I have my phone, and sometimes I have my keys. I want you to find spots for all those. Look at the car, kind of think of where would I put this, put your phone in one spot, connect it to the Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay if it has it. I recommend bringing a cord, put your sling down, and then drive the car. Does your sling or your purse go flying? Does your phone go flying? Is it easy to find these things? Are you easily able to forget about them when you leave the car? Do this a few times. Get in and out of the car, put your phone away, put your purse away, put your keys away. It will make a dramatic difference. And when you're driving the car day to day, because you'll see the storage that this car has, and is it intuitive, or did somebody just throw that storage in last second? Speaking of storage space, I want you to treat this car like it's going to be the way you own it. For example, I'm a big golfer, so I need my golf clubs in this car. I need them to fit easily. I probably need up to 4 sets of clubs because I might have my friends with me. So do not be afraid to bring things on the test drive to fit them in the back of this car. I almost always bring my golf clubs and see how easily I can get them in and out. But if let's just say you're a camping family and you have a whole bunch of equipment, if you have a car seat, this is vital. Make sure you put the car seat in and out. See how easy it is to move these seats up and down. Treat this car like your own. It'd blow your mind the amount of people that said, hey, I need a new car because I am expanding my family. And then they get a 3rd row passenger seat and they don't realize how hard it is to get into the 3rd row when there's 2 children's seats there. So bring your children's seat, bring your camping gear, bring your book bag, whatever it is, and use the car like you're going to be using it. If you do this, you're going to eliminate buyer's remorse and you're going to find the right car for you rather than the car that looks the prettiest. And small point, and I do like to ask the dealership on this one, but also don't be afraid to bring your pets. I have 3 dogs. Dogs are a vital part of our life, so making sure all of our dogs have a German Shepherd and 2 Chihuahuas. So you can imagine there's only one I'm ever concerned about fitting, and that's the German Shepherd. How does he get in and out of the car? Does he enjoy being back there? Can he fit with the 3rd row up, or do I have to have all the seats down for him to be comfortable? These are questions I need answers to. So don't be afraid. I normally ask the salespeople, and if I live close to the dealership, what I'll almost always do is actually ask the salesperson, can I bring it to my house? I'd like to fit it in my garage. I'd like to throw my dogs in. And then you could have some of that equipment. If you didn't feel comfortable bring it to the dealership, you could do it right there. But if I ever test drive a car near my house, I almost always throw it in the garage just to see how easy it is, because you'll be blown away with the amount of people that came back the next day and say, holy, this barely fits in my garage. I need something different. Another test fact, if you're just worried about driving the car, take it on your normal commute. Obviously, if it's an hour, that's completely different. You can ask to take the car overnight. A lot of people don't know that. They call that a puppy dog close, because once you take the dog home, it's hard to ever bring the dog back. But you really want to take this car on a road you're familiar with, because you drive to work each and every day, unless you work from home and you're one of those lucky people. You're driving your car each and every day to work. So you know how that road feels with your current car. So if you try it in a completely different vehicle, you are going to notice the difference compared to the generic test drive route that they're going to put you on. So as long as it's in town and it's close, do not be afraid to say, hey, I know you want to go this route, but I want to drive to work and I want to drive back. It might take the person longer on this test drive. They might expect a 10-minute test drive, and this might be a 45-minute test drive. That's all okay. You are about to make one of the biggest purchases of your life. Do not rush into this decision. You are spending tens of thousands, if not $100,000. I want you to make sure that you are making the right decision for you, because nobody wants to throw $40,000 down the drain. Finally, this is an expert level tip. This is going to be the ones that can be a little bit more dangerous, but I did this on all of my test drives. I truly feel like you can really get to know the safety technology really well, but test out the safety technology. No, before you stop watching and you just go crash into a wall, I am not saying test the emergency braking by crashing into a wall, even though in our dealership, we did constantly go and slam our gas at the end of a semi on the interstate so you could feel the emergency braking. Obviously, we knew the limits of our car. We were very confident. I drove a Subaru at the time, but put the adaptive cruise on in town. Feel how the car actually goes to brake. Is it smooth? Can you do it in town driving? The adaptive cruise is something that's extremely important when you're at stop and go traffic. So try to find a spot that you can do that and mirror that behavior. Is it smooth? Is it quick? Does it slam on the brakes every single time? If you can find a car that you enjoy having that, it makes stop and go traffic that much better. It makes it a much more enjoyable experience. So test out the features, the safety features, the heated, the cooled seats. Make sure everything's to your liking. And I want to mention the features, because this one was huge. Heated seats. Not all heated seats are created equal. So when you test features out, even if it's the middle of summer, test the heated seat out and feel where the heat is. The majority of heat, if you didn't know, is actually on the seat itself. It's on the bottom. It heats your butt. That's fine, that's great. But I never really realized this until I owned a BMW, where their heating system actually not only went to your butt, but actually went all the way to the back up to your shoulders. So when I lived in the Midwest and I took my seat warmers on, my whole entire body was warm, and it ruined seat warmers for me for the rest of my life. So if you are driving a vehicle, test out the features, the heated, the cooled seats, the heated steering wheel. Test it all out. Make sure it's to your likings. If you want more videos like this is more long form, but I want you guys to like and follow, subscribe. I appreciate you following along this long. If you guys have any other questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. I will answer every single question on the comments thread. That's my guarantee. Thanks, y'all. Till next time.